Rick Blangiardi is a consummate coach. You can't be around him and not get excited.
He figures out who he has on his team and whether they can run the ball or throw it or catch it or block.
I played for him and I worked for him.
He drives you hard. He has high expectations.
He's loyal. He's passionate.
Rick is all about forward progress. I first arrived in Hawaii in August of 1965 by myself with the aspiration of attending the University of Hawaii and playing football. I began my coaching career after graduating at the University of Connecticut, and I was there for a couple of years and used to stay in touch with Larry Price. Consequently, he made me an invitation to come back in 1971 to attend the university as a graduate student and coach football with him, and I accepted. I loved coaching in the old stadium, which is no longer here. A lot of memories because it's where I played as well, and even though the crowds were limited to 23,000, 24,000 people, there was an ambiance about playing in the neighborhood, so to speak. But clearly, I think of all the games I coached in, had the privilege of coaching, the upset win up at the University of Washington in Seattle on my 27th birthday was a game I'll never forget.
I was a freshman at the time. We had no business being on the same field as them.
We were prohibitive underdogs. They were going to be the favorites that year in the Pac-8.
It was like over 50,000 people full there waiting to watch a slaughter.
We played them at opening day in Husky Stadium against all odds and beat them 10-7 with a great defense. Now that I've had a 34-year career in broadcast, I'll say this, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I backed into television, but I was 30 years old and I thought, I'll give it a shot. Well, I think a great memorable moment that I have in television, especially now that I'm back here in Hawaii, would be, I think, when we did our first University of Hawaii football game.
The game didn't really go the way we wanted it to, I guess you could say.
That day we were literally unpacking the boxes. The cameras had arrived just in time for us to do the game.
Roll Baker. Baker is off.
I was so proud of that group when it all got said and done. In fact, I was announcing that game as well, looking at the monitor, hoping the pictures would stay on.
That's impressive. They've taken away the deep game.
After we were done striking, and he said, I want to talk to everybody. And he told us, it's not how you say hello, but how you say goodbye.
That was the beginning of what became an incredible run here in Hawaii in those days with KHNL and the whole concept of UH Sports.
From there, it just opened up a wide range of other opportunities, but it led to bringing on UH football, Wahine volleyball, men's basketball, and like I said, the rest is history.
Listen to this place. This place is rocking. I'm going to tell you, Jim.
How do I define leadership? You know, that's something I think a lot about. So let me draw on something I once read from Warren Bennis, because upon reading it, I've always tried to make it my moral compass. Simply put, he made a distinction between managers and leaders, and he said the difference was that managers did things right. He absolutely went by the book. They did things right, but leaders did the right thing.
After a lifetime of working for people who always wanted to tell me very specifically how to do my job, I find myself working for a guy who's willing to let me be me.
I happen to be a strong believer in servant leadership, and I found that over the years that approach has been highly effective and at the same time very gratifying for me in a most sincere way.
But he genuinely cares about anyone and everyone he works with.
He's a rare breed. He's a true leader, and you don't come across those every day.
My game is better because his standards are so high.
I'd go to battle with Rick anytime. If you're in battle, the thing is, he's not going to sit at the top of the hill and watch his soldiers go and fight the fight. Rick will be there fighting the fight as well.
So much comes back to you, as evidenced by this award today. If you understand the value and the power of putting other people when you're in the leadership role before you.
He is one of those bosses that really wants his employees to do well professionally and personally, and you don't see that a lot.
I think he understood how important it was to have a family and how a family motivates you.
I'm very grateful to my parents who just, I think, imbued in me as a youngster a really good work ethic.
I remember the smile in his face when he knew that we had a girl, and he was going, "Oh, you're in for some big things," and sure enough, he was right.
I am only here today because my mother really wanted to come to Hawaii, and she so loved this place, even though she had to leave prematurely. And in the years that she was alive after we left, would always lament the fact that we had left Hawaii, and would always encourage me to think about returning to Hawaii, which I subsequently did while she was still alive. And anyway, all of that to say that I really, I haven't said this before, I really wish my parents were here today. Thank you.